This is the story of Nmplol and Malena. Now, if you guys, I think everyone knows NMP, the streamer who is currently going through probably the most expensive divorce in Austin history. And with that being said, he did put out this clip saying that, that there's no drama. But we know this not to be true because of the court filings. Now, for those who missed, she filed her original petition for divorce on January 16th. Thank you, Rudy, for the 199. January 16th, 2025. And, it looks pretty standard, except for, we got the grounds for divorce, which I think she held back. The marriage has been insupportable because of discord or conflict, and she wanted the courts to divide the estate. That was the big takeaway from her initial filing. Nick would file back where he just basically said, give this bitch nothing. He said, give her nothing. And I'm like, well, this may be some procedural stuff. Then, he pulled his head out of his ass and he realized that, hey, maybe the parties will come to an agreement, considering they've been married since September 25th, 2015, and on the division of property. All right. And people are like, wow, what the hell's going on? And then later, she would request temporary orders. And I was just trying to tell people, I'm like, look, man, these temporary orders are huge. This is a bombshell. Not the fact that she's requesting for temporary orders. The fact that she's talking about what's going on. She accused him of financial abuse, saying he is economic and financial abuse, and failure to permit access to the party's community property accounts for the purpose of insight. Also, she wanted, possession of some home. She wanted money to obtain a car. She didn't want anything to do with Nick's car. She needed money for support. She look, he need to make some support payments and pay, interim attorney fees. Now, he will respond. Normally he has to respond to this, and he will respond to it. And he's likely going to say she shouldn't get support. I can't imagine his lawyer saying, yeah, agree to this amount of support, but we don't know. We don't know how he's going to respond. I checked the court records, I think yesterday when I got all the court docs, and it wasn't in there. Now, on the 4th, which was 5 days before the hearing, Nmplol, okay, he came to the court saying, I want a confidentiality and protective order because Malena, what you're going to see is she did not want the court record sealed. Even though he said, no, she wants them sealed. She doesn't want any parts of the internet. You're going to see in plain language in black and white, her not wanting the court record sealed. Now, coincidentally, I do have the outcome of the hearing that took place on the 9th, and we'll just save that for the end. So he filed a motion for confidentiality and protective order. And the biggest takeaway from this, he's trying to cite some legal case to grant him one, because this is his way. If he was to lose on getting the record sealed, he could say, okay, well, we can't get it sealed from Henry, but we can make some things confidential where we don't have to worry about Malena sharing it or anything like that. Okay. So he cites some court laws, basically saying like the court has a broad discretion, which they do. They could pretty much do anything they want in family court. And also that the specifically respondent objects because there's inadequate protections in place to ensure the confidentiality of documents subject to Malena's discovery request, including the request for production and inspection of written interrogatories. Now, written interrogatories are like questions like, did you cheat on me? Did someone send you risque pictures? How much money did you spend on Kachi? How much money, community money, did you spend on Kachi? How much ownership do you have in stake? I mean, not stake, but OTK. Do you have any ownership in Starforge? How much do you get from Starforge? Think questions like that. These are interrogatories. I had to answer 150 of them for my divorce because she was just like Why do you think your ex-wife moved out? Stuff like that. And he also says, whereas the petitioner and respondent are public figures, right? And disclosure of such documents and information requested by Malena stand to invade the privacy of the parties and impose undue burden, harassment, and annoyance. A confidentiality and a protective order is warranted. So anytime you file a motion, it has to be a hearing, but I don't know how Nick's team is going to go. I'm considering the case. I don't think it's officially sealed, but here I can give y'all a little something early to let you know what happened, because a lot of people are like, well, what happened in trial on yesterday? So here is what happened. You gotta request the judge's notes to get this juice. All right, for all y'all out here. So on 4/9/2025, the hearing was set on Nmplol's motion to seal. His lawyer showed up for Nick and her lawyer showed up for him. No record was taken because counsel have reached an agreement to temporarily seal the case for 90 days and will submit an order on the same. So they're going to draft up an order for the judge to sign to seal the case. All right. So, Nick like, well, shit, man, I'm in the clear, dog. Fuck you, Henry. Well, we'll see. Only time will tell. All right. Time will tell for sure. So this was, hey, he's praying that, that after the notice and hearing, the court makes the final orders, that the respondent requests that the court issue a confidential and protective order, that the discovery and undertaking only upon such terms and conditions are set forth in the confidentiality and protective order, and the court grants any further relief. Now, when I went through my divorce, we didn't have to all of my financials were not submitted through the court. It was just submitted to our lawyer. But here we go. So what happened? 8:27 p.m. This is the final hour before the hearing. Malena, TLDR, she is like, I do not want the court records sealed. I don't want them sealed. In fact, they should not be sealed. And you're like, damn, seriously? Yeah, they should not be sealed. You're like, oh my God. Malena, are you sure you want to do this? And she's like, yes, don't seal the court records. So you're like, oh, okay, whatever. So relevant background. Let's just go through it just for, shits and giggles. They were married September 25th, 2025. Nmplol is an online streamer. He makes content. We know this. During the party's marriage, Nick made the party's relationship public and often published shared videos involving both parties across various platforms. We know this to be true. January 16th, she filed for divorce. February 3rd, his answer, which we already went over. February 18th, he filed a motion to seal. And this is where it starts to get juicy out the gate. On February 24th, Malena filed her first amended petition and request for temporary orders. Again, Malena continued to protect the privacy of the parties and any sensitive information concerning either of the parties' business interests, despite grave concerns she has about actions taken by Nick and actions taken to diminish, as in destroy value of the community estate. And by community estate, his Twitch channel is part of the community estate. His YouTube channel is part of the community estate. So she is accusing him, his OTK shares, as when his OTK put out any new content, you have to think about that. I know they're going through some changes, but all of that is a factor. But at the end of the day, could he be doing it? Maybe. Is it hard to prove? Extremely. But it is what it is. If you're going through a divorce, if I'm Nick, no, we're not putting out no OTK content because OTK is going to get evaluated. And he is going to want OTK to come back worth his shit, the company overall to come back worth the least amount of money. And what's going to end up happening is he's going to have to evaluate it. She's going to have to evaluate it. And they're going to have to agree in the middle or let the courts decide. And the last thing you want to do is let the courts decide, especially after you're about to read her story. So on March 6th, this is new information. She requested written interrogatories and production and inspection of documents to Nick. She like, hey, Ninja, answer these questions. Run me my documents. That's what it is. Hey, bro, you going live and not telling ninjas? Well, it's a Twitch stream. It's a Twitch stream. But I appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much.
Henry, thank you so much.
Appreciate you, dog.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
All right. So March 6th, she like, I sent the interrogatories. And on April 4th, Nick filed a motion for confidentiality and protective order. On April 8th, right, Nicholas served his response to requests for disclosures, objections to the petitioner's written interrogatories, which is standard. He just was like, objection, objection, objection. I'm not providing you shit. And he's going to do it under the guise of he doesn't want the documents getting out. Request for reduction and inspection. Notably, Nicholas only lodged objections and failed to provide any substantial response to the interrogatories and failed to provide any documents in response to production. All right. Which is going to lead to her motion to compel for discovery, which you're going to see momentarily. All right. So at this time, Malena has refrained from public finding details regarding the conduct of Nicholas, but the conduct will be outlined in any future hearings on Nicholas' request to seal the file and restrict access. In other words, she's saying, look, I've been keeping these public filings pretty tame and saving all the juice for the hearings. I am well aware that Henry is covering this. I am well aware that there's a lot of interest in the Twitch community and YouTube community regarding our divorce. So because their interest, I don't even have to be told. I'm leaving certain things out, but she's about to just let a bomb drop. She's about to drop a bomb in here because, you know, she's trying to compel the court to like basically say, look, he's not acting right. Let's continue. So the legal authority, this is interesting. This is how you know that she doesn't want the record, you know, she doesn't want any drama or anything. Yeah, she doesn't want to make a public statement, but she's making a public statement within the court documents. And I knew this when she filed for her temporary orders. I was like, okay, she want to air this fool out. She's intentionally doing this. And once it got picked up, she's like, okay, Henry is going to be my blowhorn, and I'll send all messages through Henry. She sent me some smoke signals. I saw him from Norway. I was like, okay, Malena, I got the assignment. I'm about to do your bidding. I typically don't do bidding for divorcee women, but you know what? I'm gonna make this special exemption. So Nick Palom's motion to seal the court records is not appropriate vehicle in a family law matter to restrict access to the court's file. This is 100% a truthful statement. That's a truthful statement. Even when Nick Palom filed his motion to seal, he basically said the same thing. He came out the gate. Hold on, I think it's where is it at? That's our temporary orders. Here we go, right here. This is out of the state and find this case, and he filed this case are not subject to the standards for sealing records. So she's like, look, Ninja, you ain't supposed to be sealing this shit. Like, who you trying to fool trying to seal the records? Okay. So look, I'm not about to go through all this goobly gop, but just know that court records are typically not sealed. You want to have that judiciary scrutiny to make sure the judge is on the up and up. Should the judge have to rule on this, and let's just say the judge gives Nick 70% of the assets, you're going to want to see that. And people are going to be like, okay, we can't have this judge. He hates women or whatever the case, and he's giving men all this shit. You kind of want the judge to be fair. We don't need to go through all this legislature. A specific and serious and substantial interest in clearly outweighs the presumption of openness. This is what the courts need to be. Oh, snap. Somebody who, thank you for the prime sub. Appreciate you. Just Talk. Appreciate the Prime sub. Thank you. This presumption of openness, any probable adverse effect that sealing will have upon the general public for health and safety. Basically, if this case is open, there's no issues with it. So it should stay open for the most part. But B, no less restrictive means than sealing records will adequately and effectively protect the specific interest asserted. Make sure I'm reading this right. All right. Anyway, let's get to her story. Emphasis added, if a record does not show a specific serious or substantial interest, which clearly outweighs the presumption of openness, we must find that the trial court abused its discretion in sealing the court record. So she like, look, Ninja, y'all can't seal this shit. Y'all will be abusing your authority if y'all do it. Furthermore, the petitioner must show no less restrictive means exist that will adequately protect the specific interest asserted. We don't even care about this. All right, let's get into why she doesn't want the record sealed. This is the juice. This is the part that get ready to clip it for whatever platform. On or about June 24th, 2020, Malena and Nicholas traveled to Spain to care for her ailing mother who was battling cancer. We know this to be now we get some further corroboration that yes, the mother is sick. Okay. Mom is sick and they went there to cover for her. All right. While in Spain waiting for treatment, Malena's mother and Nicholas was unsatisfied with the party's online content. God damn. And decided to travel to Amsterdam to a streamer convention and resided with other streamers against Malena's will. So she like, look, bro, we out here to take care of our mom. Or, well, their mom, the mom-in-laws. And Nick like, hey, I gotta get this content. I don't know about you, but I hope your mom get better, but I gotta go. I gotta go, Ninja. You like, damn. So she like, no, stay with me. He is like, nope. No, I already charted a jet. I'll catch up with you though. Don't worry. Be strong. Stay strong. All right. So upon returning, Malena found suspicious photos of another woman in message between another woman and Nicholas on Nicholas' phone. Damn, she went through his phone. God damn, shawty. Shortly thereafter, Malena deactivated all social media accounts and asked Nicholas for a divorce. Damn. God damn. Look, man, it is an evil world out here, man. I be trying to tell y'all, man, but
it's an evil world we live in.
And emotional cheating is still cheating. Now, she never said he cheating in divorce docs, but we do have, I don't know, is this what y'all want me to show? Like this clip is is this the person?
And a bunch of his online friends. And he has her hand around her waist on her hip.
I mean, he ain't gripping it though. Let me give him some, this is called Hipgate. She doesn't say who the woman was. For all it could have been Kachi, right? It could have been Kachi. But Hipgate comes to mind.
Bro, how does this end up in Wine About It? How? Pete says you will watch to learn your lesson.
Hey, he is definitely learning the lesson now. The lesson is not to ever, 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 ever get married.
You caused a ruckus. Can I say, and I mean this sincerely, I did not know that this was not okay.
Bro. Shout out to Me Hugs for the 5 gifted, man.
Get your money up, not your funny up.
Appreciate you, man. Me Hugs out here dropping 5 gifted, man. Salute to you, Me Hugs, man. But this is what it is.
I had no idea.
Ninja, man.
I thought that's just where, and I mean, Nora didn't mind. I mean, I wasn't. How do I get out of this?
You can't, bro.
Is there a way out?
You can't.
Oh no,
you can't. It's over. Let's continue through the divorce stuff. All right, where are we at? So she deactivated all her social media accounts and asked them for a divorce. While Nicholas did provide some financial support to Malena for her mother's cancer treatment, it was funds that she also contributed to, as any income she earned as a YouTube editor was deposited into an account held in Nicholas' name. God damn, man. God damn. Jesus. Now, is this the financial abuse that she's alleging? I don't know. In all honesty, I haven't read the entire document, to be honest. But there you have it. They're in Spain to treat mom. Nick says, all right, I got to get out of here. He goes to Amsterdam. She comes home. She found suspicious photos of another woman. Like, were they naked photos? Like, what were they? Were they risque photos? Shit, who was the woman? Now, like, she could have been messy. If this was Adept would have put the woman's name, like, another Twitch streamer, her name is such and such, and that's who it was. Adept would have been messy as hell. But look at Malena, still giving not only Nick grace, but the woman grace, and not exposing the woman that pictures that she saw in her husband's fucking phone. So think about that, right? Like, people don't think about that. Like, she could have been messy. She could have put it in here. She know I'm gonna get the court docs. She know that it's gonna be live. She could have did that. So whoever that woman is that sent Nick those suspicious photos, you better thank Malena for not outing your ass, because you know he got this rabid ass fan group. They hate me too, but you know, it's all good. I'll take the hit. I don't mind the hate threads. You know, it's gonna be another hate thread, man. A fucking live stream fail, man. Look at the white comments, man. You just be like, man.
Shut up, bitch.
Anyway, let's do it like this. So during his time, Nicholas continued to publish videos and content on his platforms about the party's relationship, often alluding to being abandoned by Malena in hopes of gaining public sympathy by spinning fault on her. This is true.
That's a truthful statement.
This is a truthful statement. I did see like him post like, oh, Malena thought I would die without her, and so did my mom. Jokes on them. I'm still alive. I'm still thriving. I saw that shit. I was like, damn, man, Nick is really cold-blooded out here. He is cold-blooded. I was like, Jesus. Where, let me see if I can find it, you know? Like, it was like this, right? Right here. That's one of them. That's two. Like, he was cooking. I was like, okay, Nick. Okay, Nick. This how you really feel. He like, yeah, man. Fuck these bitches, man. All right, so where does it start at? Does it start right here? No, here we go. Here we go. This is what this ninja Nick had to say. I don't know if people have saw this or not. These could be old. But shout out to the people. Women are even lucky to talk to them. These women are even lucky I talk to them. Without me, they be long forgotten and in the abyss. Damn, Kachi, he talking about you or what? There's only one Nmplol could replace them with any pretty woman and do just as good. Hey, man, he not lying, though.
That's a truthful statement.
He's not lying. I am him, and I've been him. Emily, too. She was Lacey and Miz yesterday and didn't even see the north side of 20K. This is my city. I am the king. So he's saying the king. And I'm sure you're like, oh, I'm just joking, guys. But remember, there's always a bit of truth in everything, all right? Why would you admit this? Bro, I've given up, man. I did everything right and still lost. I mean, bro, we got the, like, this is the, hey, I did everything right. Ninja, who's the woman in your phone? F you and F me. Oh, gosh. Emily is also moving to LA. I guess she's not leaving me. Lamau, no one in LA has any viewership pool. Senna not even close to the viewership we got driving around her in her car, and she's collabed with every single person in LA. Shout out to Senna. I don't think she liked me after I did my thigh contest. I don't think she liked the placement. I need another 1K raiser. I'm busy. Malena and my mom, here we go right here. Malena and my mom thought I'd die without them. Don't make the same mistake. So anyway, hey man, he feeling himself. I love to see a man with a little bit of confidence, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, notably, either party had filed for divorce or taken any steps towards to finalizing any sort of dissolution. It is also necessary to emphasize Malena did not publish or share videos during this time, as she was caring for her mother or respond to comments or statements Nicholas has made public and remained without access to community funds. This is where it's like, dog, we married. He like, well, look, hey, I put some money in that account of yours. She like, Ninja, you put some money in that account? That's your account. That ain't my account. No, it's our account, baby. She like, Ninja, no. Ninja, no. I got to go to the courts. All right. Throughout the party's marriage, Nicholas has maintained almost exclusive control over the party's finances and unilateral decision-making on spending and the distribution of funds. Now, we know this, I guess, to be true if we go back to this clip where I guess Nick is talking about buying something super duper expensive. And he's like, oh, I don't control the funds. She like, Ninja, you control the money. Quit capping. And what he does is he cap for the audience, you know.
There's helmets up there.
This is so cool.
Ooh, sorry. I'm shorter. You can see. Sorry.
This is metal work.
Oh my God.
25.
Am I allowed to buy something from here?
Yeah, are you gonna carry it around? What are you asking me? Like, you don't control the money. Holy shit. Wait, what is this?
Hey, well, apparently Malena knew, and this is dated October 4th, 2023. So I imagine it's probably always been like that. Any spending by Malena had to be first requested and then approved by Nick. The majority of the financial accounts are in Nicholas' name, even though the parties made video content online together and profited from the same. Since the party's separation, Nicholas has requested that Malena sign a non-disclosure agreement, release a joint statement regarding their separation and treatment, and threaten to diminish the value of the community estate and any businesses' interest if Malena is unwilling to accept the terms for the dissolution of the estate. This is like, God damn. God damn. What? What?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I know you looking at this and you're like, holy shit. Is this true? Did he really threaten her? Like, look, bitch, you gonna sign this NDA? Or I'm not gonna stream anymore. I'm not gonna post videos on YouTube anymore. OTK not putting out content anymore. I'm not gonna invest anymore. You know, shit, we got the terrorists happening. I know he loved that the stock market is crashed. He trying to get that evaluation as quick as possible. Like, look, bitch, I only got this much in holdings. Trump didn't ruin the country and shit. Like, what am I supposed to do? He like, I need to get that evaluation before the stock market returns. He like, look, my Bitcoin is down. My IRA is down. Like, shit, everything's down, man. Like, Malena, I'm broke. I'm broke. She like, nah, nigga. I mean, you think she call him the N-word? Probably not, right? Shout out to Malena. So damn. To date, Nicholas continues to control the majority of the party's community estate without any transparency to Malena, as evidenced by his failure to provide any documentation in response to discovery. Damn, son. Damn. She like, ugh. He's doing all this under the guise of not, whatchamacallit, of not giving me any transparency. You know, that $14,000 purse I told you, like, he spent her money on it. Lastly, Malena has requested the party schedule mediation in lieu of a court hearing to attempt to resolve their disputes. Malena continues to try to keep matters reasonably confidential while preserving her rights, including her right concerning potential third parties, which I guess is me and shit, like this Henry guy, and the right of openness. Again, Malena has refrained from public filing details regarding the conduct of Nicholas, but the conduct will be outlined in the hearing on Nicholas' request to seal the file and restrict public access. Now, we know that conduct didn't get outlined because, as I showed you already, they agreed to seal it for 90 days because he likely was going to lose. In all honesty, he probably was going to lose. I understand he may be a celebrity out here, like to, you know, the people online, but this fool, he like, even Tiger Woods' lawsuit was like out in the open. You know, all these celebrities divorced, even Tom Brady's divorce was like pretty public. But, you know, it's apparent Nicholas' request to seal the record is another avenue to silence Malena, all while he continues to make videos and content online, evidencing his spending, gambling trips, and flaunting his new paramour. His paramour. Hey, she cooking.
Let him cook.
We are not done yet. We still have to go over her discovery. So this is like the, as I scroll down, I mean, she's obviously praying to the court that they consider foregoing. Like here, I need y'all to see this. I need y'all to see this. So, you know, Malena prays that the court consider the foregoing and deny his motion to seal the court records. So all of that, she doesn't want people to know shit. That shit's out the window. That shit's gone. Ring the bell on that. But at the same time, in 90 days, she like, look, we agreed to seal it for 90 days. She agreed to seal it for 90 days because chances are he was going to lose. And that's why he threw the Hail Mary following his confidentiality, whatchamacallit. And like one thing about the confidentiality is he wanted to protect two things about his confidentiality. I'll show you what he wanted to protect. I'm not trying to show you his lawyer's information, all right? It's two things he wanted to protect. It's this right here. Right here. Nmplol Productions, LLC and OTK Media, LLC. Now, I did look up Nmplol Productions, LLC, and I was surprised that there's, it looks to be, hold on, I got the picture of it. I'm not going to post it because it's not edited, and I'm not trying to like dox anything. There is 3 officers available. And I was like, oh, okay. So it is a active company. It does have 3 officers on it if you look it up, and OTK Media Inc. And that was his main concern. But let's get to her discovery request. She was like, well, Henry, what the hell did she do? What did she request from Nick that he was like, nah, bitch, you ain't getting that. You ain't getting this. You ain't getting none of that shit. I don't care if Henry cover it. I don't care what the hell goes on, but you're actually going to see, like, you get to see a divorce. And I think, you know, he is in a privileged position to talk about some things. If whatchamacallit. And what is this? There we go. What is this? Did Henry post it? Or someone else? Like, here's the thing, man. I had the court docs and I was going to make a video so I can get my 100,000 views, but I'm probably not. Wonder if old boy was fasting us. Damn, he had a 12-hour window to get that impressive. Look, man. Look. Oh, man. Look, he's tweeting out, damn, the docs and only 171 viewers for Henry. I'll take that as my own personal fall off. Damn, Nick, well, fucking come in the chat, dog. Come on, man. I had a 12-hour window. Ninja, the window's always open. Remember that. It's me. It's me. The window's always open. I creep in that bitch. I'll be creeping. They like, yo, how Henry get this shit? Like, hey, bro. I can't believe he said he only had a 12-hour window. Damn, he had a 12-hour window to get that impressive. Like I said, I wanted to do the video Monday, but hey, Nick, keep typing for me, Nick. We'll keep updating you guys what he says as they come in. Ninja's atting me on in the drama court. That shit gets no play, guys. At me in drama court while I'm live streaming is a no-go. But anyway, let's keep. Oh shit! Someone said this. Oh, my man following me. Holy shit. Hey, Nick, man, I'm going to be honest, dog. I'm going to be real honest, man. Can you do me a favor? I know I gifted you 5 subs, man, but you think you can gift them back, man? I know. I'm broke, man. I shouldn't have gifted you 5 subs, man. I shouldn't have. But I did it out the kindness of my heart, but I was being financially irresponsible, man. I was, man. So if you could just please just run them back, man. Just run them back, man. If you find it in your heart, I know you going through some tough times. And I know I'm probably not making it easy, but if you could just find it in your heart to just give a little, man, maybe one sub, man, maybe just a prime sub, Nick, man. Like I'm in a bind, man.
I'm in a bind, Nate.
But anyway, man. Hey, man, shout out to Nick, man. I have no ill will towards him, man. Appreciate him following me. That's more content for me. All right, so anywho, let's go through her discovery. Let's see what Nick has asked from him, and she did not give him. Now, look, man, let me peruse through this because I don't want any doxing. I'm not trying to dox him. I've been on my stuff, man. But y'all about to see it. Like, this is 92 pages. It's gonna go by quick. I don't have time to break down everything for you guys. So anyway. This is Nmplol's motion to compel discovery. Now, a motion to compel is when someone is not cooperating. My ex-wife didn't want to give up the financials. She eventually did, but I had to actually subpoena hers. And maybe Malena gonna have to subpoena it. But here's the hard part, guys. If Nick never told her what he owns, she has no idea what financial institutions to subpoena. So if he kept her in the dark for 10 years about his finances, she like, well, where do I go? I don't know. But here's the thing. If she finds out that he was not forthcoming with all of their community assets and she can prove that he withheld it, she can go back to the courts, reopen the divorce, and the courts will force him to literally transfer 100% of whatever he did not divulge to her ownership. So if he like sells some shit, like you see Nick sell like $1 million worth of Bitcoin, and CoffeeZilla find that shit like, oh, we saw it on the blockchain, Nick. You never told Malena you had $1 million in Bitcoin. The judge could be like, hey, run her that shit expeditiously. So anyway, let's get to her discovery. So, they go through the divorce. She put in her request for disclosures. He literally objected to everything. This is exactly what my ex-wife pulled. I was like, bitch, I didn't gave up everything. Why you not doing it? Because she was hiding money. That's all good. They all do. They all do. She want to rob me and hide her money. Anyway, on April 8th, Nmplol had a telephone conference conferring regarding the deficiencies in the discovery responses. That conversation was likely recorded too. Nmplol's production remains incomplete and fails to include documents solely in his possession and information that Malena does not have access to. Objections were made to every request. Minimal responses and zero documentation actually provided. So he just stonewalled her. He like, bish, I'm not giving you nothing. Nada. Oh, this is fucked up, man. It's fucked up. Hey, why you do her like this, Nick, man? Anywho, Nmplol's responses to blah, blah, blah. Let's just get down to what she was asking for. You guys don't care about what a deficiently legal argument is. Nmplol's incomplete responses to discovery and avoidance of complying with Texas rules for deposition. Damn, she gonna depose this ninja too. Remember, the deposition I would pay like $10,000 for a deps. I would pay $10,000 for a deps deposition. I know it's recorded. I know XQC got it. But do you think he need $10,000 from me? No. Anyway, let's just get down to what she was asking for. All right. Banking statements. This is a must. Hey, Ninja, run me the banking statements. What is it? Documents pertaining to the statements prepared by the bank, blah, 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 are held in the name of Nmplol and or Malena, are held in the name of the business entity which Nick owns, Malena owns, had interest control of. Don't tell me my computer freezing. Don't tell me. All right. I was like, look, man, I might have to get a Starforge after this, man. Anyway. Oh, snap. Shout out to my man, Jamal Breezy. Stay resilient, man. Appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. You know what I'm saying? Every penny counts.
Stay resilient.
You know what I'm saying?
Stay resilient, bitch.
Appreciate that. Anywho, let's continue. So check images. Damn. Check images, true and copies of all written checks from the accounts. Damn. She want all written checks. Canceled checks, deposit slips, other canceled items. It's a roundabout way. She's literally, someone's about to take a, whatchamacallit. And when you see these deficiencies, it's just saying, hey, look, he failed to provide any documents, financial statements. She like, run me the financial statements, notes and other accounts receivable. Damn. I saw something juicy in here. Bartering records. This look like standard. Currency, digital money, and or electric money. Ooh, did you ever tell her you own some Bitcoin? Because it's not limited, to cryptocurrency, virtual currency, eCash, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Litecoin, basically any type of e-coin. Hawk to a coin. Was Nick part of that joint? Did he get in on it? Records of investments. This is the most important one. Stock options, retirement. And she actually like, hey, IRA. Oh man. SEP, Keogh, retirement, 401k. You know he got that money. I know he was trolling me about the the Nvidia, but don't be a fool. He definitely owns some of Nvidia. How much? That's the real question. Who was trying to message me? Dude, I'm not covering this Emeru story. This could be a big story for you. The girl, oh man. I gotta view, like, these people in Paracord be trying me. They be like, cover this big Emeru story. I look at the Emeru story, I'd be like, bruh, you cooked. I gotta investigate that. I gotta be 1,000% sure. So the retirement, securities and brokerage house accounts, earnings records, employment compensation bonuses. Ooh. Since January 1st, including the complete employer's personnel file. So she is like low-key giving some pertinent information. The original employment contract agreement for Palome. This is likely stuff through OTK, Starforge, any company that's contracted him out. Payroll, expense account records. Ooh, man, from January 20th. So she wants 5 years of financial records. Community income. This is the big one. Community income. Interest income from 1099s. Damn. Dividend income. She want that 1099D, dog. Deductions, withholdings. Income tax returns. Ooh. Hopefully she got a copy of these, guys. If you're married and someone's doing the taxes, get a copy. Communications with the IRS, other monetary receipts, notes and accounts receivable, employment records, education. The reason why you ask for education is to prove a person is smart for like support reasons. That's all it is. Like, I need the education. Sources of income. This is tricky. This is where people get caught up, right? Let's just say he forgets a source of income. Even if it's just, oh man, I literally forgot about it. It's not going to be considered him forgetting. It's going to be treated as he intentionally withheld information. You see how it works? They're like, Ninja, you knew about it and you held it. Payment processing accounts, Venmo, Amazon records, business expense records, employment records, closely held corporations and unincorporated business entities. Now, remember, she has one of the best family divorce lawyers in Texas. So she's probably going to have the best forensic accountant. And what they're going to do is run his social security number through some type of software, and any account that's linked to him is just going to pop up. And they just going to be like, okay, we found this. He provided this. Let's just make sure everything aligns. Secured debts, monthly expenses. Damn. This is important. Remember when he said, hey, I have to pay rent now? It's likely for the divorce. to show that he does have some bills and he's just not living rent free off of soda. Credit card, charge accounts, other debts, instruments guaranteed, like Jesus, accounts. It's mostly just financial records, guys. Gift loans, gifts, motor vehicles. Ooh, oh, man. This lawyer is literally like, hey, anything of value, Ninja. Did you sell anything? Did you write anything off? Hey, where is the GTR? Or is it a GTR? Intellectual and intangible property rights. Safe deposit box records. Bro, please don't tell me you got all your shit in the safety deposit box that she know about. Funds held by another. Kachi, how much money is Nick asked you to hold? Kachi, you here? Is Kachi watching? Is she live right now? Or are they she at Nick's house watching together? Like, hey, they like, hey, like Kachi. Now, look, man, if Nick was smart and he really wanted to like devalue his Twitch account, you make a deal with Kachi, you stream on Kachi's account, and you say, hey, a percentage of that is mine. And you can't transfer it to me until after the divorce. In fact, put it in Bitcoin or something. It won't be no wire transfer. Put that shit in the account and we'll bust it down after the divorce. If I was him, I might do that. I'd be like, I'm gonna just stream on Kachi's account. This is Kachi's money. It's not my money. I think I'm gonna start a new channel. You say some goofy stuff like that. Funds for the benefits of others. So she's gonna want to see all the money that he spent on Kachi. This mineral gas rights is crap. Miles, points, rewards, valuable, tangible, personal property over $500. Separate property, anything that he considers his own property. He didn't do any of that. Any reimbursements, any reimbursement claims of Nmplol that like he owes her. Any real estate property, like thank God he never bought the house. XQC's house, real estate sold. He don't got none. Lease agreements. I wonder is he paying for Kachi's apartment, right? Do they live together now? Like, guys, don't quote me. I don't be knowing. Real estate outside the United States, life insurance and annuities. Damn. Here's the thing that you guys don't know. If he has her own life insurance during the divorce, he cannot take her off until it's finalized. It would be some serious penalties if he did. Dental insurance, who cares? Health and savings account, litigation cost. What the hell? Videotapes and other documentary evidence. Letters and written memorabilia, email, ESI, travel records, current credit card report. Oh shit. Yo, like this is the messy thing about divorce. I remember I had to turn over all of my credit card reports. What the hell is this, man? They sending me like encrypted stuff. Like everyone is sending me this Emeru story. Like, what the hell is going on? What's going on with this Emeru stuff, man? What y'all doing? What y'all doing? The thing about divorce, I had to send my ex every single credit card report for the last 3 years. And I was playing a game. I spent like $20,000 on this mobile game. I mean, my city was tough, but I looked up, I was like, damn, like $20,000 over like 3 years. I felt disgusted. Disgusted. It was one of them free to play, pay to win joints. Clubs, organizations, intervetoes, trusts, and there's some exhibits at the end. Inheritance or expected inheritance, no time limit. So remember how you talked about how, I think his grandmother left him like $350,000 or something. Property held in a trust. Damn, man, this lawyer is going to go through it. Oh. Oh man, all his social networks, sites, even his alt accounts. Like, give me them shits too. Documents used in preparation to answer these interrogatories. Documents pertaining to Nmplol's pleading and legal claims. Trial exhibits. Privilege logs. Correspondence with others. Damn. Okay, this is gonna be a 100% objection. Sorry, Malena. You're not about to get his text messages. This is not happening. This is not happening. Now, don't think that this is just one-sided. Nick is gonna ask her for all these things too, but it's like, Ninja, you know you have all the goddamn the financial records. So like, why we even doing this, Nick? Request for written interrogatories. Hold on, I gotta see something. I don't want to dox him, but I want to see these written interrogatories. Prayer. Hold on, I just want to make sure. I'm just trying not to dox anything. Shit. Oh man, hold on. Oh, this is his answers. All right, let's get to his answers. I'm just got to make sure we're not doxing anything. Nicholas Pallone receives the right to object to additional discovery. Sorry, guys. I just got to get to his answers. It's 90 some odd pages. And look at this. Look, I'm not going to read it all, but here you go. Here you go, guys. Oh, man. General assertions of privilege, objections, and responses. Exhibit A, Malena, first request for production. Nicholas Pallone objects to the production of records, documents, and or items which are not in Nicholas Pallone's actual possession, custody, or control, to the extent Malena requests and requires that she obtain the documents not currently in her possession, but rather the possession of another person or entity that is not directly under her control, medical providers, service provider, bank lenders, or other financial institutions. Now, here's the thing. If her name is on some of these accounts, she can go get them. You know what I'm saying? Like, she really doesn't need Nick's permission to request records. But he's objecting to the worst, any word of each, such, all, other, because they are too global in general and do not adequately describe information. Nicholas further reserves the right to object to additional discovery in answering her request for production and inspection. Nick Pallone has defined the words as used in the response and request as these words are used in common parlance. Objection to production requests require him to create documents not in existence. This is like standard for like, hey, I'm trying to like not give her what she wants. And it's 41. It's 41 of these pages. Okay. Look at these objections. This is standard. Y'all are getting a front row seat to probably one of the messiest divorces that's likely buttoned up. Okay. So bank statements. He like, no, bish. No. He objects to this request for production to the extent the burden or expense of the proposed discovery outweighs its likely benefit in taking into account the needs of the case, the amount of this is all standard, guys. He's eventually going to give these to her at mediation, or she's going to subpoena it. Check images. It's going to be like the same thing. It's going to be the same thing over and over. Objects to this request for production to the extent documentation sought and obtainable. Same other source is more convenient, less burdensome. Cancel checks. It's the same thing. It's too much of a burden. Too much of a burden. Financial statements. Objection again. Goddamn. This request for production to the extent documentation sought obtained. So there you have it, man. We really don't need to read the rest of this stuff. You guys can see for yourself what it is. Unfortunately, this is just how the game goes with divorce when it comes to requesting financial records, especially the paying spouse, which Nick will be the paying spouse, the one that actually pays. He don't want to do it. He don't want to do it. Now, I don't know who you guys are rooting for. A lot of people seem to be rooting for Malena, and they will be well within their rights. And I think now we see that my man Nick has not been forthcoming with the financial records because he is about to have to pay out a substantial amount of money. Now, here's how it's going to go, guys. They're going to come up with a number of what all of their community assets is worth. And from that number, let's just say it is 5 million. Let's do the notepad. Let's do the note. No, this ain't the goddamn notes. Where's my notepad? Let's go to the Google Docs real quick. And we could just break down. I'll give you a quick summary how the settlement works. Hey, baby, can I call you back in 5 minutes? All right, I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes. All right. I'm working. Love you. Bye. So that's my daughter. So we really got to wrap this up. She's going to call me back 100%. So look, so when it comes to their divorce settlement, I'm going to make this as easy for you guys to follow. All right. Let's just say, I know Nick going to kill me for this, right? He's going to be like, Henry, shut up. I'm not worth 20 million. All right. So let's just say he's worth 20 million for the sake of argument. All right. Like, Jesus, Nick, I know it's probably more. All right. So he's worth 20 million. What the hell? They have community assets that total. He worth 20 million. They're worth 20 million. All right. So she is due $10 million. 10 million for Malena. All right. So how does he come up with this 10 million? Let's just say this is for ish and giggles. They got a house in Norway that's worth 1 million, right? You like, okay, 1 million for the house in Norway. You like, okay, Henry, she's going to get the house in Norway. It's worth $1 million. All right. He has, let's just say 10 million in Nvidia stock, right? So she's going to get 5 million Nvidia stock. And Nick is obviously going to get the 5 million in Nvidia stock. So this is what he owes her. He has to come up with 10 million right here, right? She has no car. All right. Let's just say he has a swanky apartment for Kachi. So he has a $1 million apartment for Kachi in him. Condo. Is that how you spell her name? Kachi? Sorry, girl. No disrespect. All right. And this is Nick. And this is Malena. Right. And the rest is in investments. So we know she's owed 10 and we have 5 million in Nvidia stock. And let's just say his worth in OTK is worth OTK is worth, what would you think is worth? 10 million? 2 million? Let's just say it's worth 2 million, right? 2 million. All right. He's like, look, bitch, the 2 million in OTK, I'm keeping. All right. So now she like, well, look, Nick, between this, the house, the $1 million Norway house, and the 5 million in Nvidia stock. So he gets also 5 million in Nvidia stock. 5 million. 5 million Nvidia stock. All right. So he has the rest in investments. So she like, look, here's the thing. You owe me $4 million. Between this and that, you owe me $4 million. Owed 4 million. He's going to have to, let's just say he has it in investments. That would put his investments at what? Let me make sure we got this right. 7, 6, that's 13. So he has 7 million in investments. He can do one or two things. I had to do this. He can transfer the investments. He could transfer her what looks to be 4 million of these investments. Did I do this right? Maybe not. But he's going to have to, no, that would put it at what? 1, 2, 8. 614, it'd be 6 million. 6 million in investments. He's gonna have to either cash those out or transfer them over. And guess what? She like NDA XXXX. How much is it worth for her to sign an NDA? 1 million, 2 million, 3 million? This is where it gets expensive because there is nothing legally required for her to sign an NDA. My ex is under no NDA. I'm under no NDA. So he's going to have to provide her more compensation to sign this NDA. So she like, look, 2 million for the NDA. 2 million. All right. So now she could potentially walk away with, now these are fake numbers. All right. Cause she's due 10 million because that's what he's worth. She can get that house in Norway. She could literally walk away with what? 9, 10, $12 million in assets from him. That's just how it works. $12 million. Now, we know he has the NVIDIA stock. She's not going to want to sell that because it's going to bounce back. So, Malena, don't sell the NVIDIA stock. In all honesty, just have him transfer over the assets. That's what I would do. And you're right. She's winning either way. Transfer over the assets, a little bit extra for you to sign this NDA because there's nothing that says you have to sign it. And you have to offer compensation for you to get this NDA. So he's going to sweeten the pot, throwing an extra 2 million cash. And you want to make sure it's tax-free. Tax-free. And your lawyer is going to make sure you get this anyway. Any lawyer is going to say, hey, tax-free. He will pay all the taxes on it. But this is just how a divorce works, guys. This is why like Jeff Bezos got divorced and she got like 38 billion in stock options. And she settled because she probably could have got more. Same thing for Bill Gates' wife. What, you going to bust up the company? You going to make them sell a company? Because y'all can't agree on how much money is enough. But this is how divorce works. Let me know how y'all like this style of format. I absolutely hate it. I'm probably not going to get that many views. But I had to get the story out before other people got it, I suppose. But let me know in the comment section if you like it. And I'll see you next video. Peace.